So did you hear the new Rina Sawayama single yet?
Yeah, obviously, it's so good.
Definitely, it's super good. I've listened to it like 10, maybe 15 times already.
Weak sauce, I've listened to it 487 times and counting.
487 times. You've listened to it 487 times and the song's been out for what, a week?
Yes, I have.
What if we just listened to the songs slowly, didn't overindulge ourselves, and listened to something?
Or just a casual rebuttal here. What if I just listened to it nonstop instead? It'll be fun.
Nah, you're right. I could listen to it 500 times just like I can eat 500 fucking Fruit Loops. Hey neighbor, welcome back to ARTV, and thanks for entering the Think Tank. This is a series where I take something that's been on my mind in the world of music, and then I turn it into a discussion. And today we're going to be talking about self-control, overindulgence, music listening habits, and a whole portal that just opened up after I was browsing Reddit one day. Is it possible to OD on one song or one artist by playing it to death? I'm gonna be arguing in the favor of yes, absolutely, because I'm the type of person that I hear a song a couple of times and it's lodged in my head to the point where it's just pinballing and I can't even get to sleep because it's so stuck up there. I realize that every brain is created differently, and some people, just to soak something in, they need to hear it like 10 or 20 times, like if a new single drops, and that's how they experience it. I often do that right out of the gate too, if it's a new comeback single like the recent one from My Chemical Romance or the Chili Peppers. I remember sitting there and playing it like 8 to 12 times, and over the course of the day it probably ballooned up to a little bit more, but over time I can't keep up that pace because personally it just doesn't feel like something that I get anything from if I just continue to sit here and mine the gold from this one empty field. Alright, I'll cut to the chase. I was browsing the Tame Impala subreddit one day, and I see this user post something where they say, "Got my extended history off of Spotify, and these are my top 10 songs, the most streams, and my total Tame Impala streams come to 60k plays and 265,000 minutes. As we can see on this person's top 10, we go through their most streamed songs, and we have 1,785, 1453, 1363, 1270. If we do the math on just them listening to Borderline by Tame Impala, a 4-minute song alone, we do the math. 1785 times 4 minutes is 4.96 days of your life just listening to one fucking song. There's a lot of math that we could break out on that one, but clearly 60k minutes of just Tame Impala, at least to me, I feel like I'm sane and saying that that is insane. We're now in this world where literally everything is at our fingertips. If we want to sit there and stream music on Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, Spotify, whatever you listen to your music on, then you can do that until your heart is content, overflowing, and the song will never leave your head because you've listened to it so much to the point where maybe it's starting to become musical torture, but maybe you feel like you have to keep going anyways. In this toxic climate of numbers are everything, it's not just confined to places like social media and trying to get likes and views. It trickles into the music community because you're trying to keep up with every album. I have to hear it. I have to force myself to hear this. Or maybe you're trying to get your stats up for the week because places like Last.fm, as much as I do love them and their ability to scrabble and log everything that I've been hearing, and I can look back at it quarterly, maybe once a month because I try not to overindulge, it can tell you things like, oh, your listening is a little bit down this week. Maybe you need to get those stats up. Keep listening whether you want to or not. I'm not saying that they encourage that, and I realize that some people's numbers get inflated due to the fact that they fall asleep listening to music. I'm personally not someone that really does that or just throws on music mindlessly in the background. I'm usually trying to focus on it at least somewhat if I do throw something on. But this doesn't explain away these egregiously high numbers because it wasn't just one user. I started looking around Reddit, and not just to call out every single subreddit I visited, but everybody was kind of borrowing from the other, and they're like, oh, well, here's mine. Oh, I just one-upped you with 1,000 streams on this song. My response to all of that fuckery? But why though? Favoring just one artist, or even worse, just 1 or 2 or 5 songs over and over again on this endless loop of death feels like a great way to not only burn yourself out on that song, that artist, your favorite band, It also feels like you got a candle burning at both ends, and I just can't imagine living in that headspace. But to everyone in the camp of let people do what they want, butt out, because I'm not saying that these people are horrible because they're doing this, or maybe they have an addiction to playing Tame Impala songs 1,500 times. I'm struggling so hard because each year when I do my Spotify Wrapped reaction, people are always shocked at like, oh, your top played song only had like 20 plays throughout the year? That's kind of weird. And I say, no, it's not. Why would I sit here and listen to a song over and over and over again when there's so much music in the world, number one? But number two, again, I just get sick of it. I hope somebody else feels me on that, because I can't sit down and listen to a song that many times and continue to want to hear it. I don't think there's a song in my life, outside of maybe snippets in commercials or whatever it is, a song that I've sat down and willingly chose to listen to more than 200 to 300 times. I mean, I'm 30 years old and I genuinely don't think that's happened. I refuse to operate on the one song or just a handful of artists platform because that's so boring. Again, that would be musical torture to me. But even for those who just like to keep a tight-knit group, I get that. I'm kind of like that with friends. I just have to ask you though, are you genuinely doing it and playing these songs to death, essentially, for yourself because that genuinely inspires you or makes you happy? Or is it because you're trying to flex your results that you get from your statistics to Reddit or a Discord server just to say, hey, look at me, I'm one of you and I have to attach myself to something? Competition, get your numbers up. You're not a real fan if you're not streaming this artist that we love and support constantly. These are things that all fly out there as if they are normal, and I hate to see them normalized because it's not normal. Here's a crazy thought. What if we just listened to music at our own pace and didn't force ourselves to hear albums or singles or whatever if we're not in the mood, because more than likely, it's not gonna leave a connection, and I'm guilty of this too. Do that and maybe, just maybe, that spark in our eyes returns. Instead of just listening to that one song, we tried out somebody new, or we mixed it up, or we threw it on shuffle in a playlist, oh no! That feeling of new discovery for your eyes and ears is more than just a palate cleanser. It's kind of a reset button that really does make you feel passionate again. It makes your heart ready to feel more, ready to discover more, and ready to try new things. Please don't feel personally attacked if this is you or somebody that you know, because my message isn't, hey, let's put this person on blast and bully them for listening to a song or an artist too much. It's just branch out, please. Try something new, because really your entire life listening to Tame Impala or whoever it might be, that just seems like a very plain existence. Even if the artist is great, that's not what it's about at all. It's about variety and also just going insane from hearing one thing a million times. Where do you guys land on the whole debate of overplaying a song and it becomes torture versus playing it a lot because you genuinely enjoy it? Let me know in the comments, is there some sort of number or an invisible wall that you just feel like pushes past the point of absurdity? For me personally, as someone who ends up usually having dozens of tracks that do have around 10 to 20 plays each year, I split it up, and that's just how I operate personally. But anyways, you can check out some recent think tanks on screen, and I'll see you soon for more.